Hello YouTube, my name's Jax and welcome to the channel. So if you're a fan of Call of Duty or if you've been following my channel, you will know that Modern Warfare 2 has just been released, and if you pre-ordered the game, you got to play the campaign a week early. I've played the campaign and I've completed the campaign, so I'm just gonna do like a little review, I suppose, of the campaign. I'm gonna rate it on gameplay, enjoyment and overall value, and talk about who should buy this and if you should even buy this. First of all, I've got to say this game is an absolute masterpiece. It is, without a doubt, it's a masterpiece. If you look at the end credits when you complete the game, the list of people working on the game is just overwhelming. It's just like the end credits go on for about 10-15 minutes of just pure names, just going through all the different game developers and all the different game houses and stuff. It's just insane how many people worked on this game. So like very hard work has gone into it. As far as the campaign goes, I played it on standard difficulty. There's several different difficulty modes you can play it on, and one thing that I thought was a bit weird, yeah, but it does help to get through the game, I suppose. I didn't have to do it, but you can have it set to a certain difficulty, and you can, if you're finding a certain part of the map difficult, you can just change the difficulty, complete that part, and then change the difficulty back. So that kind of defeats the point of the whole difficulty thing. The checkpoints as well in the game are constant, so you only have to play for a few, like 30 seconds, and you're through the next checkpoint. So I didn't really like that about it. The graphics are really good. The graphics are really good, and depending on, I suppose, what graphics card you got and stuff, the limit of the graphics is down to what computer you've got, I suppose. But the look of the game is really good. Sometimes when I'm shooting at players, I couldn't really see them properly, but you know, that I think I'm just gonna have to get used to that. For enjoyment, yeah, it's like I started playing it, right? Done the first few missions. I'm like, all right, fair enough. But then it's like, it almost feels like you're just watching a film. Like there wasn't much participation in a lot of the first sort of quarter of the game. What does happen though is all of a sudden it will kick off. So for about a couple of levels, you'll just be shooting. But this game is not for fans of multiplayer. It's a completely different, the campaign is a completely different game all in its own right. So if you're just a massive fan of multiplayer, if you only play multiplayer, then the campaign might not be for you at all, really, because it is just, if you expect it to be anything like multiplayer, you will be mistaken, because it really isn't. It's more like a sort of almost like a Resident Evil type feel. So there's tasks, there's puzzles, there's things you have to remember. You do have to pay attention to the story a lot. But I don't know if I enjoyed about 20% of it, if I'm honest. Like I say, the other 80%, I felt like I was just participating in it. I didn't really feel like I was actually engaging fully or like really trying. It just felt like I was being walked through it a lot of the time. So it was very sort of easy, I suppose, is what I want to say. That yeah, the game was easy, and I don't think that was anything to do with the skill level that I set it to. I think that was just how the game was. Like I say, you do one thing and you're pretty much at that next checkpoint. And it also felt like it was guiding you through a lot of stuff. So everything you was guided through, but then just out the blue, you would be expected to work it out for yourself. So them bits weren't clear. So it sort of got a bit frustrating in parts, because you was walked through a lot of it, and then the bits you weren't, you just felt like you didn't have any clue what to do. But yeah, like I say, there's parts in it that are very enjoyable. There's some levels that I absolutely loved, and the feel of it, the look of it, the actual play, the gameplay of it was really good, like 10 out of 10 stuff, yeah. But there was just some parts where it was just boring. It was just like, come on, kind of like I felt like skipping a lot of the cinematic trailers, but I didn't want to because I wanted to see through the story. But there was parts of the actual gameplay that I felt like skipping through. So yeah, I'm gonna say for gameplay, this I'll give this a 7, 6, maybe 7. The gameplay is all right, but it doesn't feel like a 2022 game, if I'm honest. The Modern Warfare 219 campaign was a lot more enjoyable than this one. The Modern Warfare 219 was a lot smoother. This is a little bit clunky. I know we have to get used to the new movement mechanics and stuff, but yeah, this felt a bit clunky. And the gameplay wasn't really difficult, and even when it was difficult, it didn't feel like it was anything to do with you. It felt like it was more to do with the game. Like it didn't feel like it was me that was getting stuff wrong. It felt like it was just the game not being clear about what you're supposed to do. But yeah, so for gameplay, I'll give it about a 6 or a 7. For enjoyability, yeah, is enjoyability a word? For enjoyableness, I'd say about a 7, maybe 8. It is enjoyable in parts. In some parts, it's not very enjoyable at all. It feels like you're just walking through it. So, but like I say, the parts that are enjoyable are really, really good. So I'm not going to give it too low a score, but I think a 7 or an 8 for enjoyability would be about fair. It's kind of enjoyable, I suppose. I wouldn't play it again, put it that way. I enjoyed doing it, but I wouldn't play it again. And for overall value, this is one that's a tricky one, because if all you got with this game was the campaign, then I would say for £60 or whatever the game costs, the value is not very good. If all you got for this game was the campaign, this should be like a £25 game, £25-30 game. Like, even though like it is a masterpiece, like it takes a lot of work to do stuff like this, even though I appreciate the super hard work that's gone into it, if all you got with this game was the campaign, it would not be worth £60. And you know, it took me about 5 to 6 hours to complete. So if it was just a standalone campaign, it should last more like 12-14 hours, and the checkpoints shouldn't be so close together. But yeah, like I say, it wouldn't be worth it if that's all you got. But most people are going to be playing it for the multiplayer, and yeah, so the campaign is just kind of like a bonus. So I think that's why they give you it a week early, just to make sure that people did play it, and the hard work that had gone into the campaign was sort of seen, I suppose, and recognized. Because like I say, very, very impressive. I was very impressed the whole way through the campaign, but yeah, it just felt like almost like they were going backwards a bit rather than forwards. But yeah, I think, like say, if you just wanted this just for campaign, then I would wait till the game got a bit cheaper and I'd buy it secondhand or whatever people do, or just wait till it went down in price and bought it that way. But I don't think there's going to be many people that will just play it for the campaign. So if you get this game on release date and you're just playing multiplayer, maybe have a little look at the campaign. But I don't think you're missing out. If you just play this game for multiplayer, you're not really missing out if you don't play the campaign. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope that makes some sense and I wasn't rambling too much. But yeah, it's all right. Overall score, I'd say about 6 out of 10. But yeah, that's about it, guys. And I'm really looking forward to making some Warzone. I'm looking forward to Warzone 2. Looking forward to playing multiplayer like a lot and leveling all my guns and stuff. So I'll be putting a lot of content about that. But yeah, if you do enjoy the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell for alerts on all the future content. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.